You ever look at a map, spot a lake, campground, or cafe a few towns over, and think, oh, I wonder if I could ride there? Yeah, well, I think that all the time, especially now that I've been able to hit longer distances. So a few months ago, 30 kilometers felt like a stretch, but now I'm doing anywhere between like 75 to 150. So this video is about what I eat before and during those longer weekend rides, where I'm on the saddle for 4, 5, or even 6 hours, plus a bunch of tips that I picked up from a Reddit thread that I started a few days ago, which received over 100 responses overnight from cyclists around the world. So I have shared the link to that in the description of the video for you guys to check out. But I'm going to weave some of those tips into this video. So here's what's working for me, and I'd love to hear what works for you as well. So if you want to drop those in the comment section, that would be awesome. The day before a long ride, I focus on simple carbs like a pasta and tomato sauce or chicken and rice, nothing too heavy or greasy or spicy, at least 8 to 10 glasses of water. And I know that's the usual advice, but most of us probably don't actually hit it. The morning of, I do a carb heavy breakfast with a little protein and a focus on magnesium. So this is a specific Reddit recommendation from cyclists on that Reddit thread I was talking about. Oats with banana and almonds, for instance, all three of those are high in magnesium content. I will add like a little bit of peanut butter for some fat, protein, and flavor. Why magnesium? Well, it helps with muscle function, energy, and cramp prevention. On a longer ride, so around the 100-kilometer mark, or anything longer than 90 minutes really, I aim for about 20 to 25 grams of carbs every half hour, and that keeps me personally fueled without overdoing it. Since I'm not riding super hard and just long, I don't feel like I need a lot more than that, but a lot less, and there is a chance of me getting more tired than I would like. So for this ride, within hour 1, I'd had 1 gel plus 2 dates. I like coffee flavor gels earlier in the ride, coffee or chocolate kind of gels earlier, and really don't like them later in the day, especially if it gets warm. My body starts to crave either citric or fruit gels over the heavy chocolatey coffee ones. So that would be another tip from me and from the Reddit folks, is pack variety. You don't know what your body is going to want until you actually get there, into kilometer 50 or kilometer 70. And at that moment in time, you want to give it what it's craving. I also keep sipping sugared water. So I have half a liter of water with about 30 grams of sugar dissolved into it. It's cheap, it's simple, and it works. About 2 hours in is when I switch to energy chews. They're just easier to eat and less messy than gels. About 3 hours in during this ride, I did a quick stop to stretch, enjoy the views, and eat something solid. So I'll usually carry a little bit of like a sandwich or some mixed nuts, dates, a few pieces of jerky, anything that isn't pure sugar and also has different textures, just because I think the palate goes through fatigue sometimes. And my last stop was around the 80-kilometer mark, so about 4 hours in. I stopped at home this time, and that's where I tried a Reddit-inspired combo. So apparently, pickle juice and Coke and instant noodles are all things the different cyclists on Reddit suggested really give you a boost at that final 70 to 80% mark. It sounds kind of weird, but it actually did help. And pickle juice is great for cramp prevention. The saltiness of it is a welcome change from all the sugars that we've been having. So yeah, that was at the 80%-ish mark, and that helped me through the last 20K. So some cyclists barely eat on 100-kilometer rides. I am not one of them. If I don't fuel consistently, I know I feel foggy, I feel slow, and just a little bit off. So here's another top tip that I got from Reddit is if you feel like your mouth is coated in sugar, swish some plain water around your mouth. This sort of clears that up right away because sugar is water soluble. So yeah, that is my current strategy for fueling long rides, a mix of simple planning, trial and error, and some solid internet wisdom. But so far it seems to work, especially given that after 100 kilometers on my way back, I sort of felt like I was at an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 from an energy and general, vibe perspective, which I think is pretty good after so many hours on the bike. If you want more tips and tricks on pacing, mindset, and other non-food stuff from a beginner/recreational cyclist that's trying to take this more seriously and actually gather thoughts and wisdom from other cyclists, I have linked the full Reddit thread below. It's not just nutrition based, it's about all of the above, which is pacing and mindset, etc. So yeah, have a look at that and hit like if this helped. Subscribe for more no fluff cycling content. And if you want to drop your fueling tips in the comment section below, that would be awesome. And yeah, that's it for now. I will see you in the next video.